Anastasia, and today we are going to take a one-piece bathing suit and make it into a two-piece. If you're not already a subscriber to Sew Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And right now I'm doing virtual sewing lessons, so you can check those out on my website, and the link for that's down below. You can get one-on-one sewing help by taking a virtual sewing class with me. It's going to be so much fun. So I was going through my bathing suit collection and seeing which ones I liked and didn't like anymore. And while this one is very outdated for me, very early 2000s, so I'm over it. But I don't want to throw it out and put it in the landfill. So we're gonna upcycle it and make it into a two-piece bathing suit. I'm really into the high-waisted style right now. So we're gonna make a high-waisted bottom and a top out of this one-piece bathing suit. So something really important to consider when choosing a bathing suit to make into a two-piece is that you have to have a back top of the bathing suit. If this was an open back, your top wouldn't work because there'd be no support to hold the top of the bathing suit on. Because we're going to be cutting it about here, this is gonna give us a nice band across our upper back on the back, which is gonna give us support for our front chest. Supplies for this project are very simple. You're going to need a 2-inch clear ruler. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some chalk or a chalk pen. You're also going to need some matching thread. And of course, a bathing suit to cut up. The first thing you need to do is grab your ruler and chalk so we know where to divide the bathing suit in half. So this next part is very subjective to how you like to wear your bathing suit. Do you want it lower? Do you want it higher? So what I'm gonna do is do a high-waisted bathing suit bottom. So I'm gonna go about 5 inches up from the hip that I have here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a mark of chalk. And I'm gonna go ahead over to the other side of the bathing suit and do the same thing. Okay, so now I have 2 marks of chalk on both side seams. And now I need to connect them with my ruler. So match the chalk on one side of the ruler and match your chalk on the other side. And go ahead and draw a line. Okay, so now you can see where my cutting line is gonna be. So before you cut, make sure everything is nice and flat. You don't have any folds of fabric underneath. Your side seams are nice and lined up. Now grab your scissors and let's cut this bathing suit in half. So we cut our bathing suit in half. The next decision is figuring out how much midriff do you want. If you want a whole ton, you're gonna have to cut off some more of the bathing suit on the top and the bottom. But if you like a high-waisted style and a longer top, then you're probably okay with just hemming it where it's at about 5/8 of an inch, because the bathing suit is automatically gonna separate a bit because they're made pretty snugly to stretch across your body when you're wearing them. So if you're unsure about how much fabric to cut off or how much midriff to show, you should definitely try this on right now, and that'll give you a great indication for how much more fabric you should be cutting off. Taking into account the seam allowance at the bottom of 5/8, I'm gonna be taking off 1 inch on the bottom of my bodice. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark up 1 inch. And this will be my new cutting line. So let's cut the inch off, but make sure you remember that you also have a hem of 5/8 of an inch. So it's also gonna get 5/8 of an inch shorter plus this inch. So I cut my bathing suit in half and I took 1 inch off the top. Now we're ready to finish the edges. So grab your matching thread and let's go over to the sewing machine. Today I'm gonna be using the Husqvarna Viking Designer Epic 2, but you can use any machine that has a zigzag stitch. The first step is gonna be setting your machine to a zigzag stitch. So now that we have our machine set up to zigzag, we wanna go ahead and take the raw edge and fold it over 5/8 of an inch. If you'd like, you can use pins or clips here. You wanna line up your fabric so that way it's right in the center of your foot. So that way when we're zigzagging, the zigzag stitch is going on and off the raw edge of the fabric, covering it up. Look at how great this looks. And because we use the zigzag stitch, it's super stretchy and your stitches are not gonna pop. So make sure you don't do this step with a straight stitch, because if you do, when you stretch your fabric, your stitches will pop. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing to the top of the bathing suit. Now I'm gonna fold it up 5/8 of an inch, stick it under the machine, and make sure I'm lining up that raw edge with the center of the foot. And now we are ready to zigzag. Make sure you backstitch and cut. So now the bottom edge is finished on the top of our bathing suit. It looks great and it's nice and stretchy. So let's try it on and take a look at it. So here it is. Here's the bathing suit that was a one-piece and I made it into a two-piece. Upcycling is such a fun way to update your wardrobe and not have to go out and buy something new or throw something out. You can take what was old and no longer cool and make it cool again. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. I hope you had fun turning a one-piece into a two-piece. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when all the other videos come out. And if you're in Chicago, you can come by and take a sewing class with me, or it doesn't matter where you live because I'm now doing virtual sewing classes, so I can help you with your project. And it doesn't matter where you live in the world. So cool, right? The links for that stuff are gonna be down below. And if you love social media, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Sew Anastasia and Anastasia Chatzka. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook and every other platform that exists, because I'm there. And if you want to find ways to support Sew Anastasia, hop on over to Patreon and check out the latest ways that you can help support Sew Anastasia. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!